Howdy. Are you looking for a smarter way to farm? If so, we are Smart Saver, bringing water data solutions to farms across the Southwest. My name is Colton Lentz, and to help me with this presentation today is
I'm Hattie Shipman.
I'm Christopher King.
And I'm Jackson Floyd.
as the years progress, the environment in which farmers rely on is slowly getting harder and harder to farm. The map on the left highlights water shortages, which are extremely high, spanning from Texas to California. These rising environmental problems with rising populations across the world bring increased food insecurity, which can be seen on the map to the right. This map shows how food scarcity is directly correlated to how important it is for farmers to have plentiful crop yields to solve the growing food problems. Farmers from the cotton-filled West Texas plains to the dry California coastline are facing harsh problems due to water shortages, which lead to low crop yields and rapidly rising input costs, which push their break-even price higher. The graph on the left shows us how the average farm expenses are rising at an unheard rate over the past 2 years, which is past the 50% increase mark. On the other hand, the graph to the right shows how rain directly ties into how crop yield is for that year. So if you have a poor rain that year and input costs are also at an all-time high, then you might assume that farmers will have to sell their farm. That might not be the case now.
In the heart of America, from the sun-baked plains of Texas to the golden valleys of California, farmers are waging an unseen battle. An adversary as old as farming itself, drought, threatens their livelihoods, reducing crop yields and making ends meet a struggle. Enter Smartwater, your ally in this battle. Our innovative solution employs robust sensors that intimately understand your soil, detecting the moisture levels with precision. This isn't just data, it's the lifeline your crops need, but the magic doesn't stop there. These sensors aren't solitary warriors, they're connected to an intuitive app. This digital companion tells you not just how much to water your crops, but when. With Smartwater, you're not just fighting drought, you're outsmarting it. Because at Smartwater, we believe in turning challenges into opportunities. Together, we can nurture the land that nurtures us all.
Now insert our company, Smart Saver. So what are you buying with this product? First, farmers that use our product save on average $600 per acre when used. This, with our individual units, also lowers power consumption since it's not on a very large power grid. Also, our product reduces the strain on when farmers need to water, when and where. Some product features is farmers on average save 40 to 60% on water and resource conservation, decrease energy use through our single units, and lowers the need for manual labor. First, to identify our product, we have to identify the industry that we're trying to go into. The smart irrigation water industry has a market size of around $355 million as of 2022, which is predicted to be around $1 billion by 2030. Over these 6 years, we're going to see an annual growth rate increasing by 16% each year. First, to kind of put it into perspective of how much water our farmers are using, let's identify an acre foot. An acre foot is if you were to take a full-size football field from one end zone to another end zone and fill that up with 1 foot of water to its depth, that is approximately 325,851 gallons of water. To put that into more of a perspective, farmers are using 83.4 billion of these. Our infographic on the top right shows that irrigation is the result of 42% of all freshwater use. All right, we've identified the product, we've identified the industry. Now let's identify our competitors. Our first main competitor is Moen. Moen is an Ohio-based water faucet brand that specializes in bathroom and kitchen faucets, with a new branch into this smart industry of water monitor sensors. They currently price their product at $100 per unit. Our second competitor, Sensoterra, is based in the Netherlands. However, they have direct connections in 40 countries. and they allow actionable insights with real-time data analytics, kind of what we're doing. However, they price their unit at $257 per unit. And our last competitor, Earth Scout, is kind of the same structure as Sensoterra. They're based in Minnesota. However, they have a very large per unit cost of $1,349. So let's talk about our price now. So for our price per unit, we have our product scaled at 1,200 US dollars. And what this price includes is it includes free installation and technical support, a battery and charger per unit, as well as a free monthly cellular plan where we will have each of our units connected to a cell tower, which will then be able to relay data back to our farmer at real time. This will also allow it to be cross-platform with our current application or any other application that our farmers currently use. And then a large portion of our price is from the built-in sensors from Meter, which I'll touch on in the next couple slides, as well as the adjustable depth up to 15 feet that our sensor will be able to be inserted in the ground. So what are our production steps? I would like to think of this in a four-step production process. First, our design team will send our ideas straight to Meter for production. Meter will then manufacture them in bulk, let's say 100 units in bulk. We'll then have those 100 units distributed to our warehouse. And then at the time of sale, we'll then send our units from our distribution center to either the customer or retailer, whatever business demands. So as touched on before, we plan on partnering with Meter, which is a university, or as it was, a domestically based company in Washington. And what they do is they specialize in water sensors as well as the technology behind what we're trying to solve here. And so with a country of origin label made in USA, it'll promote brand quality. And Meter is also recognized by numerous universities around the nation, which means we will be recognized across numerous universities across the nation. Meter is giving us an average cost per unit of $400. As well as partnering with them, they're able to help us establish patents later on down the road, with an also avenue for them to help sell our sensors, as well as licensing their current software for our own use for our own customers.
So now on this slide, you can see our main ESG focus, which is American Waterworks Association. So on here, you can see it says dedicated to the world's most vital resource, which is water. So what American Waterworks Association does is they hold conferences, which we will set up booths at to showcase our product. We will go there, and everybody that is going to these conferences is worried about sustainable water use. And that's what American Waterworks does, is they try to educate people on the most efficient use of water and how to sustainably use it, because it is a resource that the world just unfortunately doesn't have enough of. And so our goals align with theirs in the fact that we want to provide a better way to use our water. So our commitment is to donate 2% of every unit sold. So whatever revenue we bring in on our sales, 2% of that is going to go to the American Waterworks Association in an effort to bring in more customers who associate with American Waterworks and then in turn associate with us. So here we have our customer target segment. So we have 5 categories. We got vineyard farmers, cotton farmers, specialty crop farmers, almond farmers, and alfalfa farmers. So our main focus here at Smart Saver is the cotton farmers. So you can see that they have a demographic of 35 to 45. They're concerned with droughts and water shortages. So they're looking for ways to conserve water more efficiently. So as you can see, the main problem with cotton farmers is that they're not super high tech. So they do not want something that is going to be super complicated that they don't know how to use. So our goal is to make a product and make our app to where it is extremely easy to use for everybody. It's very user friendly and they can implement it into their farm. And that's not going to be something that they're worried about when purchasing our product because that's what we're thinking ahead of. And so again, their potential impacts of drought is super high. So what they're worried about is drought, and that's what we're worried about solving here at Smart Saver. So this is Bill Hill here. This is this kind of persona of our target segment. So this is the farmer that we are zoning in on, and you can just see some of the things he enjoys: drinking beer with his buddies. He enjoys good food, hunting. You got Friday Night Lights up here. He enjoys watching those shows. These are just things that are just core values to our farmer, and it's important for us to know these things because once we know everything that he likes, then we can focus more on how to market towards them and gear our product towards that customer. And here's our promotional benchmarking slide. So these are just some competitors and it just shows what they're doing. So as Chris mentioned earlier, we got Earth Scout, which is pretty much our biggest competition, but you also have Sensoterra and Rainbird. And so these are just some things that they're doing. So they did a case study, Earth Scout did a case study on why their products work better. And then Rainbird and Sensoterra are going to these events and showcasing their products, kind of like what we're doing. They use Facebook targeted ads, farming conventions. And so this is kind of how we got the idea of how we're going to market our product because this is what our competitors are doing. So we took what they're doing and we're going to try to put our own spin on it to make our product stand above the rest. And then these are just our four main promotional activities. So we have Facebook as our main promotional activity because our age group and our farmers, they love to, this is the demographic that uses Facebook a lot. We also have YouTube where we can provide paid advertisements before anybody watches a video. You have conventions and rodeos, which we'll talk about later. We will be able to go to these conventions and rodeos across Texas and all across the nation and be able to showcase our product and get the people that we want to see our product, get it in front of them, and just be able to have a demonstration of what our product is. And then public relations is another thing, just to get our word out there. One of the big PR things that we would like to do is to be able to advertise on Fox News because this is a news channel that our farmers are highly invested in watching. And so if we get our product and our advertisement on there, that will definitely be seen by our target customers.
Now I'm going to get into more details about our promotional strategies. In terms of public relations, we want the main focus to be that our product saves up to 40% of water that is typically lost during irrigation. This leads to significant cost savings for farmers through less energy needed to water their crops, as well as labor inputs. Here are some examples of websites and sources that we hope to be promoted on. The Texas Farm Bureau has daily news articles and a radio show that we would like to be advertised on. The Texas A&M AgriLife is a common source that farmers use to stay up to date and educated. A few popular magazines that we would like our company to be featured in include Modern Farmer and Agriculture Dive. And like mentioned earlier, Fox News is really common with our demographic, so we would like to be promoted on local news channels. Here's an example of an article about our product focusing on the new technology that conserves water and reduces costs. We used Agriculture Dive because it is a really common online media source that lots of farmers like to engage in. 53% of our customers are more likely to shop from a business that they can interact with and message. Because of this, we will be very active on social media. Since our target demographic are ages 40 and plus, we will mostly use Facebook as our main media source. We will post at least 3 times a week to provide our customers new and updated information, as well as tips on how they could use our product efficiently. We would like to have shares on each post, as well as more than 50 likes, so we can reach new potential customers and advocate for water sustainability. To interact with customers face-to-face and gain awareness on our product, we will set up booths at major stock shows and rodeos in Texas. Each rodeo has over 100,000 people that attend, so we plan to gain around 30% of our customers through this interaction. We will spend around $500 to $800 per rodeo to interact with customers and advocate on a more personal level. Some opportunities that we are facing in this industry is that our product is focused on sustainability. Water conservation is becoming more and more important every day. Another opportunity is that it reduces costs through less water needed and labor inputs. A third opportunity is that the product provides all data that farmers need for efficient irrigation on one app. However, since our product is technology-based, we face a few threats. The first threat is that to be the most efficient for farmers, we need the sensors to remain in top condition to have the best quality and precision. Another threat is that technology can be challenging for new users, specifically those in the age range of our target market. And another threat being the risk of data privacy. We have set up a contingency plan in case our selling and marketing strategies don't work out as planned. If we do not meet our goal of selling 100 units per year, we will place our products in Tractor Supply stores so it will not be more accessible to customers. If we do not gain 1,000 followers on Facebook, we will start purchasing ads to target users within our market. If we cannot get 10% of our customers through our partnership with the American Water Works Association, we will start interacting and partnering with the American Farmland Trust, since they focus on all farmland sustainability and not just water conservation.
This slide depicts how massive the very new smart irrigation market is. In total, the industry has a market size of $355 million and is predicted to keep growing in the years to come, as seen on the previous slides. If Smart Water can just get 5% of that total market share, it'll come close to around $18 million per their share. Here's our predicted revenue for the next 3 years. Our goal is to sell at least 75 sensors in the first year with a total revenue of $90,000, 100 units in the next year with a total revenue of $120,000, and a final goal of 200 units once our brand becomes more established with revenue totaling $240,000. We hope to achieve this by going to more trade fairs, increase partnerships, and reach as many farmers as possible. This slide depicts the profit margin per unit. With ordering such a low product number from the manufacturer in the first couple of years, our product cost is a little more than we would like, but we will hopefully be able to push this profit margin percentage up, which will start to increase once we start to increase our product order number size. As of now, our profit margin is close to 67% with a selling price of $1,200 and a cost of $400 from our supplier. Our expenses in year one total $74,056. The majority of our costs are going to go towards the actual moisture sensors from our manufacturer you saw in the previous slides, due to costing around $400 per unit with an order size of 75 units. We hope to decrease this percentage in the future when we can make larger orders to lower the cost per unit. The next big expense in year one would be the research and development portion, which entails the manufacturers making our designs come to life with certain attributes we want our sensors to do. This is a one-time payment of $15,000 in the first year. Some of the other expenses that will reoccur will be packaging, marketing, software licensing for our app, transportation, and the app's creation. For our financial summary, we are projected to make a net profit of around $16,000 in the first year. This number is so low due to the startup costs of our newly founded business and predicted to only go up in the years to come. In the second year, we are projected a net profit of $55,000, and around $135,000 in the third year. This growth will be caused by increased brand recognition through enhanced promotional activities. Thank you, and gig 'em.